Namaskaram. Welcome to Meditation Magic. My dear masters, my dear gods. To start with, my humble salutations to Pitamaha Patriji, Swarnamala Patriji, to all the weaver gods and the participant gods. Can someone confirm me if the volume is right? Is the volume right? Okay. So today we have gathered here to continue our discussion, meditation and conscious living. Till today, we have discussed few points that we should practice the truth consciousness every moment by moment. We should be aware that I am not the body, I am not the mind, and we should also be watching our thoughts, contemplating on our thoughts, introspecting on our emotions, and we understand that yad bhavam tad bhavati. What you believe, you become. So today we are continuing. Yesterday we discussed on Trikarna Shuddhi. This Trikarna Shuddhi is thought, speech, and action should all be matching. The same triangular pattern can be viewed in another way for convenience sake to practice that truth consciousness than body consciousness. How we can see one more viewpoint is we are gods at one point, and at one point the body, and whenever the consciousness who decides, when you become the awareness, when you become aware and check where is the mind standing, where is the ego, whether it is on the body consciousness or the truth consciousness. The ego needs to be checked. What is the ego? It is the ignorance. Are you able to hear? The volume is right? Hemlata aunty, can you confirm if the volume is right? Okay.
Volume is right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, everything is okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, yeah, now we are trying to discover that, like Trikarna Shuddhi, similar one more simile kind of a thing to practice awareness. What we see is one way is our God consciousness or truth consciousness, and the other viewpoint is one is whether is body consciousness, and there is ignorance which thinks that I am the body and panics for some situations and worries, and it can stay sometimes in the fear mode. So how to identify that? By applying awareness every moment by moment. So we can check that way. This is one more triangle, like Trikarna Shuddhi, the conscious triangle, the truth consciousness, the body consciousness, and the awareness part. The third point is awareness point. So we should always be checking moment by moment whether we are aligned properly. We are in the consciousness mode. We are watching ourselves and then carrying on our discharging our duties and responsibilities. So just for knowing sake, whenever we address this, we greet people, right? As when we say namaskaram, what does that mean? It means I bow down to the divinity in you. Whatever we spoke till today, there was nothing new. Nothing new. That our body itself is a miracle. We know that. And we are all gods, and every being is a god. We know this. But where are we missing? Why do we fall into worries? Why do you fall into fear? And why are we so much fearing death? Because the ignorance is afraid of the unknown factor, and such things are happening. So everything we know that aham brahmasvi, we are the gods, we know, but again we fall down into the panic mode. Why is this happening? Because we lack awareness at that moment. We are not exercising the truths we know. So to do this, what is our approach? We need to strengthen the thinking muscle. So it is not a physical thing. So some people go to the gym to strengthen the arms muscle, and then their arms become strong, right? So now we need to strengthen our thinking muscle so that we can implement the truths of the truth every moment by moment basis. Like we know we are gods, and we should be able to live like gods, fearless, compassionate beings continuously. So how do we strengthen that thinking muscle? By whatever we know, many masters have given so many shortcuts, so many practices. One of them is meditation. Along with that, now we are discussing Jnanam, Sajjana Sangatyam, Swadhyayam, by reading books and by continuously directing all our indriyas towards that. First is we change our belief system from a body consciousness to the truth consciousness, and then we work towards it by making a strong will, by deciding that I will live like this, I will be in awareness mode moment to moment. Then by that, what will happen? We will be able to stay in that aham brahmasmi mode, tattvamasi mode, and sarvam kalvidam brahman. Whatever we see is God. In that very powerful way we can exist when we increase the power of the thinking muscle by practicing all this. Like we said that daily before going to bed, we need to practice the breath observation, and as soon as we wake up we practice the breath observation, and we revise on the basic truths of our life. When you understand basic truth properly, when it completely sinks into us, then we become fearless, and then we can continuously be independent of situations, people, and things. We need to understand that by observing the nature, everything till today is so perfectly happening. For example, season after season, summer, fall, winter, spring, and then again summer, rainy season, everything in nature is so perfect. And even during snow, there is no shelter for animals, right? But still all the squirrels, they come out in spring, and the rabbits are always again coming on the street. Where did they go during, how did they survive during snow? So they have the art of coordinating with the nature, and they can survive very easily. Only man is struggling to adjust with day-to-day activities, day-to-day situations. All the trees, animals, they go very well with nature. Why is man not able to go with nature? Because the man is not understanding his own nature, that he is struggling so much to adjust to the situation, to adjust to the changing seasons, to adjust to the changing times. Because we have never tried to live in the truth. We have never tried to understand our own self. We have understood very well math, English, social, so many things we have nicely picked up. We go for dance classes, we go for art classes. But from the basic, from the child, we got into the wrong identification as I am the body, and again I am in the moving in survival mode continuously. Yes, survival mode is required only to a certain extent, not to the extent we are in. There should be a balance of the subtle truth and the physical truth. What is the physical truth for me? This body is the physical truth. This mind is, to a certain extent, it is physical as well as subtle. So, this body and mind is the physical truth for me. And the very energy that I am, that is running this body, is the subtle truth for me. So, I need to understand my existence properly. See, without the subtle, this physical can't exist. And without this physical, I would never know about my subtle self. So they both go in hand. They both run like parallel tracks. They cannot exist without each other. So we need to catch up with this subject. We need to catch up with this truth of existence. And we should understand what is the subtle truth of me, myself, properly, and understand what is my physical truth properly. Don't intermix it. The subtle truths don't interfere with the physical truth. They cannot be combined with the physical truth, and the physical truth cannot be combined with the subtle truths. So that is why, what is our subtle truth? That I am the very energy in this body that is driving this body and mind. So, and what are my qualities? The natural qualities of me: peace, compassion, and unconditional love. This is the qualities of our subtle nature. And how do I know that this is my true nature? Because we are all running to achieve for that peace and joy, right? Because everybody's goal is peace and joy, right? That itself is the proof that I am that. That is why I love so much. So that is my true nature. And why am I scared now? Because my ignorance thinks that I am not that. I think that I am this body and fall down. Whenever there are challenges in the situation, whenever unexpected things happen, because the ignorance has many expectations. When something goes wrong, then suddenly it panics. Why is it panicking? Because the ignorance is considering the self as body only. Nobody has trained that ignorance mind that I have all the strength that is required within me only. Everything is hidden within. I am a fountain of joy, truth. I am endless peace. True. When you sit with yourself, you try to become, when you close your eyes, you see there is so much of peace when you connect to yourself. If the mind is little bit calm, then you experience that peace within yourself. That itself is the subtle truth. So we need to understand this properly. When you understand this physical truth properly, and again, what are the other physical truths? Yes, we need judgment in the physical world. While driving, you can't drive when straight, when it is red signal. You need to take proper judgment. You need to maintain a speed limit. So judgments should be there in the physical life. But when it comes to the subtle, there is no judgments. That is where we say no judgments, no opinions at the subtle truth only. How can we say no opinions, no judgments in the physical world? Is it possible? Imagine if I'm a project manager, if I need to complete my some software work, how I can, no opinions, no judgment, so I don't have any opinion. Can I give the job to somebody who is cleaning the bathrooms, or somebody whose duty is something else, operating the lift? Can I give my work to the lift operator? No. We need opinions at that place when these survival works need to be carried out. So we need to understand, we cannot mix everything. No opinions, no judgments means in the physical also you cannot, one truth you cannot stick to that. They are very little bit contradictory. So you need to understand that the contradiction and be okay with it. Once you understand this properly, then life is easy. At subtle truth level, no opinions, no judgments, unconditional love here. But when it comes to the physical things, we need to understand how the existence is. And when I am cooking, I need to understand how much is more salt, how much is less salt. I should have, right, this much salt. There I'm there I'm using this opinions and judgments, right? I'm taking judgment how much it needs to be cooked. If it is overcooked, the food is not tasty. I need to judge. So judgment and opinions work only at the physical level. So you should know when to use and when not to use. How does this we become expert in staying peaceful? By strengthening our thinking muscle, by understanding all these truths, by practicing and experiencing these truths daily. How can we practice these truths daily? By practicing awareness, by practicing consciousness, not living in autopilot mode. Suddenly I get scared and I start crying and I become so weak. I become depressed, stressed, and I ruin my health. So when do I ruin my health? When I live in ignorance. Ignorance can be termed as ego. So when this ego gets enough proper counseling and proper training by our awareness, then we can live a very conscious, joyful, balanced, equanimous life. So this way it moves on. When you are understanding the truth, when we are explaining the truth to the ego, we can use examples like, see, the animals are living so joyously. Self-counseling, we see, how can they live so joyously? Everything is taken care of by Mother Nature. What is the proof? Give the proof to the ego that we have continuous supply of air, continuous supply of quality water. Continuously, we are already living in good shelter. So the ego needs some confirmation for some time, because our ego, it's a baby, because we didn't educate the baby is somewhere at 5th grade or 10th grade, I don't know. Some people's ego may be at PhD level also. So I don't know where it is. Everybody needs to check, and I am here to check my own thing, because only I can see my where I am, right? And based upon that, I keep continuously working. And then I keep counseling my baby and promoting my baby to further classes. Like this, when I properly understand the truths and explain the truths in awareness to my ego, then day by day, I become fearless. Day by day, I start trusting the nature. And then I start living a more compassionate life. And I start living in oneness. And then I live here only in what is that? Mukta sthiti, and sthita prajna. They say sthita prajna means one who doesn't fluctuate with the situations. Whatever the situation, the sthita prajna can stay stable, grounded, always maintaining that balanced joy and balanced actions. So everybody can become this way. Everybody is a potential Buddha, a potential Krishna. Once you see that and you work towards it, everybody finally can see that Krishna or Buddha within themselves, experience themselves and live Buddha, Krishna. I don't say live like Buddha, live like Krishna, no. Live Buddha, live Krishna. We can live that way. When we exercise continuously, we are aware and conscious every moment by moment. When we extend the period of awareness and consciousness, we are that. I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. When the sometimes the ignorance falls into the mode that it gets panic. Why does it panic? It loses the trust for the nature, right? At that time we should say something. We see that somebody told me a bad thing. That time somebody didn't appreciate me. I fall into panic mode. I fall into stress mode. Why? Because at that time I am not understanding that I am God. All strength is within me. As Swami Vivekananda says, all power is within me. I can do anything and everything. When I can see that power within me, I'll never panic. Whatever the situation, I will do, I will handle one at a time, step by step, in stages. We can conquer anything. Humans have built huge bridges that wasn't achieved in one single day. In step by step procedure, process, man can achieve anything. The aeroplane we traveled today was not built on the day one. So many failed experiences. They didn't give up. That trust. Never give up. So if you can trust the divinity within, you will never give up. So that is it. So today's topic is strengthen the muscle of thinking by understanding the truth of life and by continuously practicing. How do we practice? Like, for example, I have too much of physical work today. I am physically active, mentally relaxed. When I say that, inside gets calm. So practice that calmness, and then you will get strength in the physical body and you can handle anything. When the mind is calm and relaxed, the mind's power increases. We should practice that calmness in the mind. I am physically active, inhale, mentally relaxed. Whenever there is so much of confusion in the mind, then first relax the mind. Strengthening the mind means getting proper information from YouTube, getting proper information from the books, building right contacts, and practicing together meditation or breath observation or any breathing techniques, or discussing, understanding our own truths, the nature of existence. When you give right knowledge, when you feed right knowledge for the ignorance is vanishing. The ignorance reduces and we will emerge as Buddha, Krishna, realized beings. When we exist as realized beings, we are joyful. We accept everybody. We help each other. And we do works in a very coordinated manner. So these are the benefits of staying in awareness and consciousness. To stay in continuously awareness and consciousness, every day we need to practice breath observation, that is meditation. So we will practice the Anapanasati meditation with the music. By sit comfortably straight, legs crossed, fingers crossed, with bliss in heart and a beautiful smile on your face. Deep inhale. Deep exhalation. I breathe peace and joy. I exhale whatever the unwanted that is there in the body and mind. Focus on the breath. Enjoy the process of breathing. This breath is nourishing our life. The breath itself is our guru. The breath is our life. So enjoy the process of breathing. Last 5 minutes. Let's share our compassion and love to the universe. May all beings of the universe be happy, be peaceful, be healthy, and be liberated. May all beings of the universe be peaceful, be joyful, be healthy, and be liberated. May all beings of the universe be peaceful, be joyful, be healthy, and be liberated, and be liberated, and be liberated. I radiate peace. I radiate love. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Sarve Santu Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavatu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Slowly rub your hands. Gently place them on your eyes. With the joy, with bliss in the heart, with a smile on your face, come to the present moment. Thank you so much for participating and sharing your energies with us. If anybody wants to talk, can unmute and talk. So, today's practice point is I'm physically active, mentally relaxed. Yes, anybody wants to share anything?
చాలా 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 సింపుల్ గా వర్డ్స్ తో చాలా బాగా అత్తుకునేటట్టు చెప్పారు. కానీ మరి వన్నెస్ అంటారు కదండి, మీరు అంత నీట్ గా చెప్పినప్పుడు మేము చెప్పలేం, మరి మేము మీతో వన్నెస్ ఎలా అవుతాం?
Oneness ante energies ni, as you experience your energies, when you focus on your breath, day by day, day by day, day by day, the joy and bliss increases. And so the enlightened beings, if you listen to the enlightened beings talking and their enlightenment experience, they say that they found themselves to be infinite beings. So they have found themselves as infinite beings and see that they have found all the universes within them. And Krishna showed this to Mother Yashoda, right? Once he was eating mud, and when he opened his mouth, when he opens his mouth, the whole earth is in his mouth. That was symbolic to say that the creation is oneness only, or the whole creation is within each individual. In one of the videos, I have seen some master saying that this whole universe can be folded into one mustard seed. And it's like so many, means the science goes deeper and deeper. So these things cannot be told to the mind. The mind will not digest this oneness, but you can feel it. To the mind means whatever we talks in terms of seeing, hearing, only that, thinking, we go to that. But the truth is beyond all this. It is beyond intellect and mind, right? So you need to discover that. Nobody can answer that. See, how do you feel joy? How do you feel hungry? Your hunger, can I ever feel? Can, whatever words you may use, we may make videos and videos on YouTube, but can I ever experience how your hunger is? So simple hunger only, we cannot experience each other's hunger. So from here it goes to the huge topics, right? So that is why I talk only simple things which we can take using these as pointers. We need to go deep, and then everybody is experienced, they themselves will experience the truths. So wherever I have come, how I used to be, I didn't know anything. Then later on I went into like continuously, like now I have become like, I'll not try anything. I will just be naturally doing whatever comes my way, and when it happens, let it happen. I will not struggle for anything. I'll not struggle for self-realization. But whatever little things I know, just being compassionate, being just joyful, having a constant smile on the face, these little practices are giving me peace and joy, and I'm trying to share only peace and joy as of now. In future, whatever happens, it's left to the grace and destiny of the universe or consciousness or masters. I don't even know who is it. But I know it's definitely wonderful. By seeing the beauty of the nature and creation, we see, right, it is very magnificent. The truth is going to be very magnificent, I know that. But I don't imagine anything. I live in the present moment without thinking. Thank you so much for your participation. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, share your smiles, share your joy with family, friends, and everybody, whoever crosses your way.